Welcome back to today's morning report on Friday the 17th of April with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Hantech Markets. Let's look at cable now on sterling dollar. We've literally just in the last 2 minutes had the data for UK unemployment out. It's basically in line with expectations. No real surprises across the board. 5.6% on the unemployment drop from 5.7%, and also the average weekly earnings coming in at 1.8%. Sterling didn't really react on the news, but it's still continuing to creep higher. It's just moving towards that 150 figure level. That is the big overhead resistance, and that is now being tested as we speak. This is the hourly chart, and you can see here, well, across the board, I mean, that's zoomed out for a couple of months really. We can see that's a big resistance, 150 figure on this chart, and it's really now being tested 49.90. So the bulls really giving this a go now. The momentum indicators, certainly on the hourly chart, are increasingly positive, certainly across the last few days anyway. This sequence of higher lows and higher highs continuing today once more in the last couple of hours of as I said, the bulls are giving this a real go. Momentum indicators nicely configured. MACD lines, RSI, Stochastics all bullish on the hourly chart. So yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Are we going to get the breakout? Well, the Kiwi dollar has or is trying to break out as well above that 7,700 level. So this is another big level that's being tested, and it could well be broken today. Now, the US data this afternoon, CPI, and also the Michigan sentiment could well have an impact on this chart, you'd imagine. Certainly if the inflation shows signs of picking up in the States, that would be a drag on cable. So I think cable is going to be a volatile mover today. And if it certainly if it breaks above 150, that sort of opens the way towards the spike high, which is 147. That spike high was on the FOMC meeting day. Yes, it's very interesting that we're now into a fifth straight positive candle day, very bullish candles that we've seen in the last 5 days, all pretty much closing towards the highs of the day. So if that is seen again, that would again sort of suggest that cable is certainly beginning to improve. Is it improving long term? Well, as you can see, this is a big overhead resistance, but it's still not really doing too much yet for the long-term outlook on this chart. All the moving averages still in decline. You're actually still below the 55-day moving average. And yeah, there's still a lot to do for the bulls to consider themselves in control long term. But the rally that we're getting, I think this rally will be sold into. Ultimately, I think this is just a near-term bounce. I think that you're going to get before subsequently selling off again. But it just depends on how far it goes. I mean, it's already sort of testing the upper limit of how far I thought it was going to go. With this, I thought it was going to be sort of finding a sell signal between 49.50 and 50 big figure. At the moment, it's testing the upper limits of that band. So I still think it's going to be a sell into strength, but just exactly how far it goes remains to be seen. Now, the big resistance next overhead, I sort of think comes in around 52 figure, because that's a pivot level from the old range. So 52 figure is the next real level, I think. But it still is giving it a go, and we'll see how far this goes today. But I think it's going to be a volatile one with the US inflation as well. So I wish you good luck in your trading on cable, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.